When entering retirement, obviously one of the things that you're most likely going to consider is selling the home. And so what is that timing and what does that look like? That's a very wide open question, but also with a series of questions, we can help people kind of deduct to when that timing is right. The beauty of working with KC Property Guys is we always ask a lot of different questions of variables of what you're trying to do and ultimately trying to sell the home, whether it's a life event or whether it's a transfer of job or whether it's you're simply trying to retire. When you get to the retirement age, you tend to be more of a planner than say you were when you were 20, 30, and 40 years old. So we tend to work with plans, and we tend to, at KC Property Guys, try to add structure to those plans and try to answer questions and have things in place that allow this transfer in retirement to be a smooth transition. So the timing is kind of up to you. I've never run into a retiree that wasn't willing to sell earlier. I mean, they just sold at the right time. They typically maybe wish that they had sold earlier, but not always that it's never too late or anything. It's just it'll work itself out. The beauty of planning and working with KC Property Guys is we can extend our contracts to help you meet and plan your transition. So if you haven't found that next place that you're going to, or if you're building that house, or if there's a waiting list and you're sitting and waiting for availability for some form of independent living or assisted living or some form of community that you want to move into, we have the ability to extend a contract, and on the contract we'll put closing on or before X date. And if that closing or that availability of that next home for you comes sooner than later, we have the ability to slide that up, close before you're about to close on your next property to make that transition happen. Or if you're planning the estate and you want to downsize and you want to declutter and you want family members to go through the home to, have access to some of those possessions, you have the ability to work that into the contract. If you need to stay in the home to ultimately host the estate sale after the closing, the beauty of working with KC Property Guys is we help you work through all those variables. So any variable that you're planning on, as long as we know about what you're looking for and what you're trying to do, we typically have the experience to be able to help you navigate through those variables and using your home's equity in the contract to help make that happen in the timings that you ultimately want it to happen.